All right, here we are. We've got batch 29, and this is batch 29 revisited. I'm reformulating everything. I did a batch 29 video with PMIs and Rockwells, and some of the Rockwells looked high. Several of the guys in the testing group had seen the HRCs and kind of confirmed what I was thinking. They did seem a bit high. Some of them didn't seem that far off, but some of them seemed way high. And so I sent the knives to Kurt and I had him test them, and his Rockwell numbers were lower, at least 1 point lower, sometimes up to 3 points lower. Then I said, well, I don't know if I should go with what Rolf gave me or you gave me. So I made him go and test the knives on a different machine at his work, and they agreed with what he had tested in his shop at home with the Wilson Rockwell machine. And his numbers line up traditionally and historically with Rockwell numbers that we've been getting from not only him, but I mean, he had 3 knives also cross-checked at Peter's Heat that agreed with him, and other testers that their numbers have been lining right up in a small little circle with his numbers as well. So his numbers look pretty accurate. Rolf was very, very generous in doing PMI testing for me, which Kurt can no longer do. So that is an access point for PMI testing. How the numbers are off Rockwell wise, I just don't really want to speculate, because I'm not I don't operate a Rockwell machine, and I don't know all the little procedures of getting an accurate reading. So there were just some suggestions that Kurt made, this and that, so we'll work that out. But I want to give you the more conservative numbers that Kurt came up with, and that seemed to be more historically accurate, okay? And that seemed to also reflect numbers that he's getting from other people that communicate with him that also do Rockwell testing, okay? So that's the road we're going to go down right now. So I'm redoing batch 29. Let's start with the 511 tactical, okay? The RFA folder, and I got a heads up from a viewer who said, you know, you ought to check this out because Smoky Mountain, not White Mountain, Smoky Mountain Knife Works has this folder, and of course it's not centered, but it's like $24, $23, $24. But they're saying it's CPM S30V, okay? How can that be? I mean, that's just incredible, incredibly inexpensive for a super steel, okay? And you can see where we've hit it a couple of times. I'm not going to give you both numbers, because both numbers that Kurt does are so close together. I'm just going to give you the slightly higher one. If he gets a 58.1 and a 58.3, I'll give you the 58.3, because I always want to give the knife the benefit of the doubt. If you poke it a couple more times, you'll get various numbers, all within usually a half a point range there. But here we go with this one. This does have a coated blade. To defeat that, you need to disassemble, grind off a spot, whatever, of the coating to take a measurement. So with the knowledge that it's a coated blade, which could throw it off a half a point, maybe even a full point, here's the results we got. It was a 55.1, okay, HRC. This had previously been tested by Rolf as well. He came up with a much higher number, but 55.1, I believe, is accurate. Now, so let's add a point. So let's say 56.1, maybe 56.5. And I think Kurt would agree that if we wanted to say 56.1 or 56.5, okay, it's not going to be lower. It's going to be, the actual could be higher if you took off the coating. It depends on the kind of coating, how it affects the Rockwell numbers. But let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Regardless, that's not very good. And I don't know if any of you guys own one of these, but whew, baby, that's tough to deploy. I mean, that spring's keeping it closed. That is rough. And I haven't put this on my channel yet. I'm gonna do a review on it, but ooh, that is a beast. When I first got it out of the box, I physically could not deploy this blade. I mean, I had to grab it like this and push. And I permanently dented my thumb. So this was insane. And it's a beast. Wow, that's tough. So there you go with that. So yeah, it's real S30V. And here's the information on that. See the vanadium in here? There's no way this is not a super steel. And yes, and he's a metallurgist, Rolf. He's got a metallurgy degree. So, yes, this is S30V, but it's not very hard. Okay? Next, let's go to Bear Ops, and we've had fun with the Ranker 2, and that's being sarcastic, of course. This is an automatic, so the Ranker 2 is supposed to be S30V. I've checked 3 of them. No, they aren't. They're more like an 8CR 13 MOV, and the HRCs were anywhere from a 56.5 to a 57.5. So then I got this because I was on an automatic binge. I had some guys, a couple of friends that wanted some autos, so I ended up suckering into the pile too. And so this is 14C28N. Supposedly, right? It's the Bold Action 5. So is it really? And yes, it is 14C28N. Here's the elementals on it. But yes, it is. Okay. Now, as Sandvik steel goes, it doesn't usually get really like 60, 61. That'd be crazy high for 14C28N. This was a 57.9, a 57.9. All the results of these knives I will put in the description section, and if I can fit them, I'll put them at the top of the comments section as well, so you can just see the whole spread. Okay, that way you don't have to listen to me. You can just go look. But maybe you'll be interested in staying around. Benchmade Bugout's the next. Is it CPM 20CV? Because this is that limited edition one, okay? CPM 20CV Benchmade. I mean, actually, there's really no point in checking that because Benchmade, Spyderco, things like that, they're going to be the real deal. I mean, you could even probably go that to Kuby, definitely with WE and Civivi. Of course, Isham, I think this one's made by Best Tech. You know, you're safe there. You really don't need to PMI, but we did anyhow. And so you got 4.83 vanadium. Of course you do. You got 20 CV steel here. Chromium's about right, 19% in that range. So there you go. Yes, it is actually 20 CV steel. The HRC is 60. So not bad, in the green zone, acceptable. All right, now we have the Asticus. I don't know. Do you have an Asticus? Oh, my Asticus has got stain. Oh, I remember. I used this as a steak knife, and I didn't clean it off very quickly afterwards, so got a stain on the blade. It's D2. Yes, it is. And we had it checked. And here it is, and it's D2, and his machine, by the way, picks up D2, so says D2, 12% chromium, steel, blah, 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 okay? Vanadium's not too bad in this either. It can vary widely, but there you go with that. And it's a 60.4, 60.4, not bad. So Asticus, not bad. Could it be 61 or 2? Yeah, 60.4, not bad. It's pretty good. Now, FreeTiger knives, and I've got them stacked up here. Weird. I mean, FreeTiger looks like they're rebranding maybe knives of other manufacturers, kind of like Effengrau or Effengrau, however you want to pronounce it, where they'll sell CH knives under their name, but they'll sell a whole bunch of different knives under their name. So here we go with FreeTiger, and this is the FT903. And is it really D2? Yeah, this one is. And this is really nice knife. This is just the nicest of the bunch, I think, that they make. Okay, beautiful, great action, everything. And is it D2? Yeah, and his machine picks up D2, and there you go. Chromium around the 12% range, etc. Look at the vanadium on that, 1.13. That's the highest vanadium content I've seen in D2 other than American D2. So, woo, all right. And this one was a 62.2 HRC, 62.2. So that's kicking butt, taking names, right? Next, and this I didn't get a PMI on because this went directly to Kurt, and Rolf just doesn't have time to do testing right now. So this went to Kurt. They say it's D2. I don't know if it is, and I don't know if I can believe them because of this next one here. But this one, they say is D2. It's more like the 903 than the 601 here. So this is the 901 D2, and because of the HRC, this HRC is 61.8. So the Rockwell 61.8, really close to this of 62.2. So okay, if I had to bet, if I had to put money, I'd say yes, that's D2. Okay. Now this one, I know it's not D2. It says it's D2. You know, doesn't this look like a Cynics design? I mean, that just popped into my brain the other day. It's like, ooh, you know, make it bigger, titanium, and it almost looks like the one that LuvThemKnives is coming out, the little Buster or whatever. But regardless, this is steel, and this is super cheap. Got it on Amazon. They say it's D2. It's not D2. It's not D2. And here we go, FreeTiger FT601, no, more like a 420. So there you go. And, you know, that probably falls in line with Kurt's testing too, because this is a 51.6 HRC, and that's the highest of the two pops he got on there. So 51.6 HRC, probably not D2. But so watch it with this FreeTiger brand. Yes, be confident here. I think you're safe here, and you're not spending a lot of money. This one is even less money, but what's the point, you know? So no bueno there. My Covert, this is from Gerber, and this is a coated blade, so it makes it difficult. No, I didn't have a PMI done on it, but I think we're okay. S30V, yeah, I think I could believe that. Now, made in the USA, etc. Damn, I wish they had tip-up carry on this, but no. I like it, though. This is the full-size Covert. Man, it's nice. Applegate, you know, Fairbairn. But it since it's coated, the problem is it's a 58.8. That's his actual number he got on here. But if you look where he tested it, you know, and that's a coated. So could it be a 60? It could be. It could be a 60. 58 to 62 is a good range for S30V, as I remember off the top of my head. So it's still in the green zone, but I think it's probably harder than his machine indicated due to the coating. So I'm going to give it some kudos, but 58.8, I mean, plus or minus 0.5, so it could be even a 58 or 59.3 coated. So could it be a 60.3 technically? Maybe. So it could be really close to 60. I think I feel comfortable calling it closer to 60. The Harnds Beak here, and these are 14C28, and this thing's been poked. No, I'm not going to tell that joke. Okay, poked more than a lot of things. It's got poked a bunch, and it's 14C28, and so Sandvik tends to run, right? at a 57, 58, that kind of thing. And so, yes, this is a 58 too. So this is pretty good. This is pretty solid, actually, for 14C28N. So we're all good. And is it really 14C28N? Well, here's your elementals, and yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay? Next. Well, of course, this is the Isham Blackstar. And is it really CPM 20CV? Yeah, of course it is. And it's made by Best Tech, etc. The time Asticus. This will be on a table sale soon. Got to cash out, baby. But you can look at the chromium, you know, these super steels like that. It's like an M390 equivalent. So you're looking at 19 to 20% chromium, and then look at the vanadium. You know, you're way up there. So yes, it is. Okay. And what's the HRC on the Blackstar? And it's 59.3. 59.3. So it's not a 60, but, you know, add a half a point. So if you wanted to, maybe if he poked it again or again, it could be a really close to a 60. So I'd say it's been poked enough, don't you? 3 times. Damn it. Okay, next, the tumbler. You know, Kershaw, they're doing this stuff, right? The NORAD and this, and of course, the Link in 20CV, etc., etc. So here's the tumbler in D2. And yes, that's been poked, darling, a couple times there. Really light, super lightweight, and guess what? It's not assisted opening. Thank God Almighty for that. But the Kershaw tumbler is real D2, and we had it tested. So yes, it is pretty good vanadium content in there. You know, coming up on 1%. Okay, chromium not quite to 12, but it's at 11. And best of all, the HRC, the Rockwell, is 62.5. 62.5. Baby, that's all good. That's all good. That's nice. It's light. You know, you got that subframe lock thing going on there, but I'm good with that. 62.5, great. Okay, so you got a couple of OS 10. These Kubeys, Kuby Drake here, Kuby Ravens, the next one over. And so these are OS 10, okay? And are they really OS 10? Yeah, they are, okay. Let me show you. OS 10, bingo bango, okay? And that's the, well, this one's the Drake, okay? Next one's the Raven. We can knock these out pretty quick, right? Okay? And what are the HRCs on these beauties? I'll tell you what. This one being a Jelly Jerry design, he's done some Tucson knives that have really been really cool designs. Really good. The Nautilus and some others. But the Ranger, the Nautilus. This one is one of my favorite designs of his, and it wasn't for Tucson, it's for Kuby. But check that, no, it's kind of looking like a micarta. I can't remember. They didn't really call that. They called it Spaceboard or something. I got that from Jelly Jerry, and I don't know. So whatever it is, there it is. Or maybe, no, that came from a Yang at Kuby, he actually said. So there you go. And they are pretty close at the same hardness level. The Drake, this one here is 58, or 59.7. 59.7, not bad for OS 10. 59.3, so only 4/10 less. Pretty consistent. Kubey's doing a pretty good job there on their heat treat. So those are pretty spectacular. And then, you know, the pièce de résistance is the Mavrokniv, K-N-I-V, Mavrokniv, the Specter. The Specter. And I got it. It was on Amazon, an Amazon special. It's just interesting looking. And it's been poked a bit here too. Yeah, Haven't put it on my channel yet, but I probably will. And they are saying it's D2. I don't know if they actually say it here. Yeah, they do. Okay. So I've had it apart. I can't remember why, but I did take it apart. And it has a great drop, centered and everything. Is it real D2? Well, his machine reads D2, so yes. 11% chromium. There's your vanadium. Not bad. Not bad. So here you go. And yes, it's D2. So leaves us with what's the Rockwell on this dog? And it's a 62.5. 62.5, according to Kurt. So, yes, that's a conservative number, and it's a correct number. Oh, that's where it says D2 right there. So, interesting. This cost me $59 on Amazon. Is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can get for 59 bucks. So, and you guys, if you'd like to help support me, because every time I send a box to Kurt, it's 30 bucks, and he sends it back, so it's 30 bucks, so it's 60 bucks a batch, and this is number 29 batch. So if you figure 30 batches times 60 bucks, you know, you've got some money in that. And so if you want to help out, I'd appreciate it. There's some benefits to being a Patreon, and so I'm not trying to get all too cheesy, but there's a bunch of people signing up for the 10 and the 5 because you get early access to my monthly table sales. You get 2 full days to look over the knives on the table sale and buy them before it goes public, okay? So this is a big deal here. $2 per month, you get a channel sticker and koozies, but here you get exclusive video and early access, etc. And this one, I'm doing everything in this plus a monthly drawing. And last time was a choice between the Olight S2R Baton 2 and the Kubey Nova in purple titanium knife. And the guy took the titanium. The previous month, they took an Olight S1R Baton 2. So there's going to be a flashlight and a knife to choose from at the $10 every month. And there's like 29 guys in that group. So join up. Also on the $10 group, I'll give you a choice. You have the option. I haven't added this benefit to that package yet. I will. But you can send me up to 2 knives per month. And I don't charge you a fee. You know, like Apostle P charges like 15% to sell your knife. Plus, you pay the shipping to the new buyer as well on top of that. Well, I'm going to charge you shipping to the new buyer and a $2 handling packing fee. That's it. No 15%, okay? 2 knives max per month. So you send me 2 knives worth a total of 600 bucks, 300 a piece, and that would cost you $60 fee on eBay to sell them, okay? You don't pay that, okay? So there's 6 months worth of $10 a month, just saying. And if you don't feel like doing that, how about getting a free koozie when you buy a LuvThemKnives hat? And these are stonewashed. You know, you make sure they kick them around in the gravel lot first to get them nice and worn. I guess that's the new cool look. So according to my son, and he does these promotional items, works for you know, a regional office supply stuff, and they do a bunch. But stay sharp on the back. It's gray on the back. It's green on the front. I like it. I like it. I like the way they came out, and they're good looking hats. I'm wearing one now, actually, as I sit here. So, but yes, and I wanted something I could be proud of. I didn't want a cheap promotional thing, okay? I didn't want plastic mesh and crap. And so this is, you know, Velcro, and it's made in Bangladesh. So they just got the cyclone thing going, thrown at them, and all kinds of other problems. So, yes. But it's stitched here in the USA, right? This is all brought in, but yeah, they do all the stitching in Arkansas and send it out. It's got these nice little, you know, metal vent stuff. So, okay, I'm done chatting at you, but just options. 18 bucks for the hat, you get a free koozie. You join my Patreon, you definitely get a free koozie and 2 channel stickers, but you also get, depending on 5 or 10, those different benefits. And you know what we do around here? We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.